Hello, my name is Jonathan Ziegler, and this is my informative speech over the legalization of marijuana. When I was growing up, marijuana was always seen as a bad thing. I remember in high school, McGruff the crime dog would tell us that marijuana was bad and led to a life of addiction and bad decisions. Over the years, marijuana has become more morally acceptable due to its medicinal and recreational benefits. Today, you can walk into gas stations around the country and buy marijuana depending on which state you live in and which restrictions they have set in place. With opinions changing over marijuana, it's time to talk about the many health, safety, and ethical concerns surrounding marijuana legalization. And it's time to finally get an answer to the long debated questions: should we legalize marijuana? In 1937, the Marijuana Tax Act said that moved forward so that the government could more regulate the use of marijuana. In 1973, states began breaking away from this act and making laws of their own, which led to the decriminalization of marijuana in certain states. This meant that if you got caught with drugs, it would be a fine and not jail time as in other states. Some of the benefits of marijuana legalization would be that it would bring in a bunch of money, estimated $31.1 billion by 2024 from the BDS Analytics Industry Intelligence Group. It also would reduce criminal funding, such as the war on drugs, and it would also lower costs for the housing of criminals. It also would create an entirely new job market. But despite all the plus sides of marijuana, there are some bad sides to it that we must take into account first. Firstly, we have to regulate it. Just like alcohol, we'd have to come up with a certain age that people could responsibly use it and determine whether or not that some people could have access and some people couldn't. Marijuana can also impair your judgment, making it harder to drive. That's another factor we would have to take into account because we don't want to see the number of traffic deaths increase because of the legalization of marijuana. To compare this, we could compare alcohol or drunk driving to marijuana and its similar effects. Another plus side of it is that the health benefits of it. Marijuana could be used to treat Alzheimer's, Crohn's disease, chemotherapy, headaches, migraines, and many other illnesses. Marcel Bonn Miller, a professor at the University of Pennsylvania School of Medicine, said that the greatest amount of evidence for the therapeutic effects of cannabis relate to its ability to reduce chronic pain, nausea, and vomiting due to chemotherapy, and spasticity, tight or stiff muscles, from MS. In conclusion, marijuana is becoming more and more accepted in today's society, so it's time to start answering the big questions behind its legalization. We need to dig deeper into its testing and start knowing for certain the exact effects behind marijuana and what it can and cannot be used for. We need to create a safe and efficient way for it to be regulated and distributed federally, as well as find ways to test for it so that people are not driving while on it. Today we have breathalyzers for alcohol. We need to come up with a similar test for marijuana so that people are not abusing it while driving. And we need our government to really understand that the United States as a whole has accepted marijuana. So the government needs to take this into consideration and change the laws and think about the wants and needs of its people. Thank you. Bye.